There's been an update in AI, and I want to discuss it here because it's very important and it's incredibly relevant to photographers. And this is, I think, the biggest update so far and has the biggest impact on our careers going forward. As I've said in previous videos, we talk about this a lot on here because it's a big topic of conversation. AI is better than photography. The image quality is better than the majority of photographers can achieve. The lighting is better than what the majority of photographers can achieve. Not all photographers, not all, the majority. There are some quirks and foibles with it. People don't really work in AI yet, but they'll get there. Products don't really work in AI yet. They're kind of this... AI doesn't care about ratios. We get a lot of scamps. So the scamp is like the drawing that a creative... They deliver you a scamp, go, here, look, this is what we want to shoot. Now, back in the day, they were hand-sketched, and it was brilliant because, as I've said before, we got to interpret them with the creative director as a collaboration to produce the final advert. Brilliant. But then they started using Photoshop and sticking bits together. Wasn't so bad. Worked pretty well. Less creative freedom, but it was great. Now, every brief I've shot this year has had AI scamps. The problem is the image quality is so damn good that you look at it and you go, I'm not sure I can do better than that. This is going to be an awkward one. But also the client sees it and the ad agency sees it and goes, this is exactly what it's going to look like. But AI, they've not factored in perspective, scale, physics of light. We want beautiful soft light with sharp shadows. We want an onion here this big, a crisp this big, and a can of Coke this. And in their mind, it all works. And then when you explain to them, when you put it all out there in the real world that it doesn't, there's a problem. And you might be thinking, just use the AI scamp. They can't. It doesn't look like the product. The colour's wrong. The texture's wrong. Often the texture looks better than the real product, but by so much, no one's going to believe it. But there's another problem. Now, I saw a comment. The reason I'm doing this on a Monday morning, I've not got my watch on, so I can't pretend I'm looking at the time, but it's Monday morning. The reason I'm doing this is because a fellow called Mark, who comments on the channel regularly, said, what do you think of Banana 3.0 and the Coca-Cola AI advert? And literally, it was like he triggered some sort of avalanche. I got loads of comments about the Coca-Cola advert. What do you think about the Coca-Cola advert? So, for those who don't know, Coca-Cola's advert is literally the cultural significance of the holidays is coming Coca-Cola advert is not to be underestimated. It is huge. It is a major landmark. It is the official stamp that Christmas has arrived. Last year, they did it with AI and it looked horrific. This year, they went, AI's improved a lot over the last year. Let's do it again. It looks horrific. There's many faults within there. But that's not the main issue here. There's many faults. The trucks change their wheel design every frame and their ratio every frame. The animals, I don't know what they think these animals look like, but they don't look like that. Half of the pedestrians in the Christmas fair get run over. Lots of them just fly off in the background. Now, of course, I notice these things. The general public probably doesn't. It's not a horrific thing. It's not like, oh my God, you know, that sloth moved its head wrong. The fur's not right on the panda. Who cares? We care as photographers, but really, who cares? Now, this would have saved them a lot of money, but for everyone who thinks that AI is cheap or free, you're wrong. What happens is you make the advert in AI and then you're in After Effects and Photoshop fixing it, and that is expensive. It's not cheaper, it's not free, it's expensive. Every time we've used AI, it's worked out expensive and rubbish, and of course, it will get better. Now, going back to my work, all of these shoots we've done this year, we now have this battle with the client who doesn't understand the difference between AI and photography, and while we're explaining why their can of pop can't be the size it is in there, and why we can't stack a chocolate bar on it like this because the chocolate bar is actually only going to reach to here. And that's frustrating. That's where AI comes in my working life. Now, I'm currently looking and working with a lot of AI people. And the problem is they're not actually getting that many commissions in at the moment. Everyone's talking about it. There's a lot of buzz, but there's no commissions. And maybe that'll change. Hopefully for them, it will change. But here's the problem. Here is, and I don't want to be one of these I told you so people, but here is how AI has failed already. It's really good already. No matter how much better it gets, here is the problem. Here is the issue. Let me get my phone. So if I open up my phone and I go into YouTube, and I've hopefully got the video open. Yes, I have. I have got the Coca-Cola Holidays Are Coming video. 1.2 million views in 3 weeks. The like to dislike ratio is at 95% dislike. The comments. So, anybody feel like Pepsi? The unintended irony of using real magic as the tagline is hilarious. Pepsi, you have the huge opportunity to roast the something out of Coca-Cola right now. Nothing says Christmas quite like Dad got fired because AI replaced him to do animation. The most profitable commercial in Pepsi's history. I really miss the pre-AI internet. We must thank Coca-Cola for leaving the comment. The comments are savage all the way through. They're brutal. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. So what axle configuration should we use for our trucks? Yes. Love how the axle configuration changes scene to scene. Now, this is stuff which will be fixed in AI. These are the sorts of things which, yes, are an issue now, but they won't be in the future. The big issue we have at the moment with AI is, say this scene here is an AI scene, and I go, change that broncolor para 177 to a 222. All of this over here is going to randomly change as well. Yeah, we'll get that bit right, but everything else will change. It's a nightmare. All these decades trying to cure my Coke addiction, this did it in 60 seconds. Coca-Cola. Do you know why I wait for this advert every year? Because it makes me feel warm and fuzzy inside. It is joy beyond borders. An AI video does not do that. This video felt off even before I noticed it was AI generated. Don't do this. You are Coca-Cola. Your literal slogan is always the real thing. And this is what we've come to with AI. And it's an issue in photography. And the reason I knew this was coming is because the big thing, if I show my work to anyone, was that photoshopped? Has that been photoshopped? That is the first thing. Photoshopping is like a verb nowadays. People hate it. There's a reason why commercial photographers still shoot film, because they want, or the brands want to go, look, it's real. Real and authenticity is the key. The reason that I am my authentic self on here, despite the fact I know that many of you will dislike me, is because trying to be something I'm not isn't going to work. Yes, I'll please everybody who watches it, but no one will watch it because no one wants the person who agrees with everything they say. The reason AI is going to fail is because it's not human. How can you engage in not human? I don't go and watch my favorite AI band. I don't play AI music on my stereo. Stereo sounds like I'm really old, doesn't it? I don't have AI artwork printed on my walls. Sure, AI is useful. It is here to stay, much like CGI, and it's going to get better and better and better. But you have to listen to the public. I could use AI for my accounts, but I don't because I don't trust it. There are auto-driving cars. In the UK, no one uses them because no one trusts them. Despite the fact, I would much rather have AI cars everywhere because I'm sure they make fewer mistakes than humans do on a daily basis. But if a computer makes a mistake, we don't like it. The major issue the AI industry has right now is authenticity. It doesn't have it. You read your favorite books because of who they're written by a lot of the time. You listen to your favorite music because of who wrote it, and you want the backstory on it. You want the story of the artist. Your favorite films are rarely full of unknown actors. They're actors that you can relate to. Yes, they're good, but there's loads of good actors. They're people who you really love the story of. Authenticity in 2026 will be the cornerstone of our marketing. It will be the absolute focus of my work. And you might be going, yeah, but Scott, your work's highly polished. It's still authentic, and it's authentic to me. I understand my work. I know that my work is mine. From the subject matter I choose to shoot, through to the color palette, the light, whatever it is, it's my work. You can go and put one of my images into AI and create your own version of it. You won't take my bookings. And it's not like Coca-Cola don't go, oh, well, it's only going to cost 50 quid to get an AI photo done of this. No, because it's not going to cost them 50 quid. It's going to cost them tens of thousands. And I think they might have learnt this time from this advert looking at the comment section. If they haven't, I also wouldn't be surprised. Look at Jaguar, for example, the advert they pulled out. Now, the Jaguar advert's an interesting one. Jaguar had to find a new market because their market of people who love Jaguars weren't buying cars. However, they failed to do that. They produced a beautiful advert, it was a brilliant advert, and they had to change who their audience was. The problem is the audience they targeted, which was young, left-leaning liberals, aren't into cars as much as older, more centre to right-leaning people. They just aren't. People who want a V12 engine, they want a V12 engine, and young kids can't afford I know in America you'll get them on finance and what's it called, a car ticket? I don't know what it's called. Anyway, it's getting popular in the UK, but it's not as popular, and Jaguar is very much a UK brand. No one's buying those cars because the people they marketed it towards don't want it. Marketing is so important. Advertising is so important. The reason why they will pay a photographer tens of thousands of pounds to shoot something is because that photographer gets that tiny nuance that nobody else does. When I get booked to do a shoot, it's not because I'm the only person who can do it. It's because I understand it. It's not by chance that I get booked to shoot a lot of fast food, junk food, and all the rest of it from my childhood. That's what I know. I understand working class food. I come from a council estate. My dad worked in a factory doing this for 10 hours a day. I get it. I know what Sandwich Saturday is because you can't afford to use the cooker. Those sorts of things matter. AI doesn't get it. AI does not understand it, and the population has rejected it. Like I've said before, go and look at, I think it was Norton at the moment on social media doing AI adverts, the comment section. Any of these pages that just produce clickbaity videos on Facebook or Instagram, AI slop, AI slop, AI slop. That's all people are saying. Nobody wants it. It's there, it's cheap, and it's being flooded in, and it's brilliant, the technology is, but nobody wants to watch the next AI generated movie. They want to see what Spielberg's done because it's Spielberg. Let me know in the comments below what you think. I'd love to hear your opinions. As always, I read all of them. Don't always reply, but I do read all of them. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.